Hello and welcome to the CATalysts podcast. Here in this session, what we do is get some of our successful students from the previous batch and we talk to them about their experience, what they did, what worked for them, and how they cracked CAT as well as the GD-PI WAT rounds and succeeded in getting admits into the top MBA colleges. Right. So we have today Shambhavi Singh. So Shambhavi is a BTech from NIT Kurukshetra, and she worked with Adobe for almost 1.5, 2 years now, and she's got admits to some of the top MBA colleges in India, including IIM Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, and FMS. Right. So let's hear from Shambhavi in brief her journey and what she would like to convey to the future aspirants, so that they could also succeed in getting their coveted B schools. So over to Shambhavi.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Thanks for this opportunity. So I joined with sir in I think August 2024, and right after my college got over, I was clear that I have to go for an MBA. So I joined sir. I would only taken the coaching for VARC because as an engineer, honestly, I was sure that if I practice quants and DILR, I'll be okay. So I joined in 2024, but due to my job, it was quite hectic. Everything was new. I was not able to focus on the prep. So CAT 24 was, I just gave it as like a trial attempt. And then from 2025, I had seriously, I had put my mind into it, and I had started quite early. Like from May, I was very clear. I remember I had spoken to sir that these are my plans. So again, the same strategy was there that VARC, I'll work with sir, and quants and DLR, I discussed with him that I plan to do first arithmetic, then algebra, and so on. So he was like, yeah, that would be good for you. And VARC, again, I think sir's course was very helpful to me. I think one thing that was really helpful for me in VARC, I mean personally, I was good at English in that sense, like how we have in school and everything, right? But I think where in CAT it is like more of a specific, like you need to be very quick in the comprehension of the passages, right? That is one thing that I couldn't do in the short amount of time that I had. And the one thing that really helped me was that daily exercise that sir used to give us, right? So that is something I took very seriously, and I made sure to do it every day no matter what. And there I understood that so previously my strategy used to be that I tried to look for the correct answer, but then I realized that I also have to figure out why the other options are not right. Okay. So that elimination process that I went through, it became like, I understand that VR's comprehension, but it became also like a logical kind of thing that, okay, why this is not true, this is not true, and then why I have to go with the correct option. I think that is one thing that really, really helped me. And I tried to be like, for 6 months, I tried to be like thorough with it, because every day you used to upload something for us.
Yeah, because see, generally what happens is that engineers are
Yes.
more, apt to think in terms of logical method to do something and also to have a framework. Whereas, general perception is that VRC is more, intuition based, and
Correct.
it's little random. You get it
Yes.
or you don't get it. But I think
Yes.
with your daily exercise and in the process of elimination, you could
Yes.
figure out, that there's a method behind the madness, and we could really
Yes.
have a proper procedure to eliminate the wrong options. Right? Yeah.
Correct, sir. Sir, I think that is one thing that only helped me get through, because even when I was giving my 2025 CAT attempt, right? So we start with VRC always. And then at the center, there was a lot of chaos. At the starting for 5 minutes, it's chaotic, right? But then I was like, it's okay. I have to keep my mind at it. And then I just went logical. So I was able to get through, because I think in my slot also the VRC was a little bit like tougher in the sense that the options were little, it felt like AI generated at a point. But I think I was able to get through because of those daily exercises. And for VRC, the other thing that helped me was, of course, the daily articles that used to send us. And I think one more thing was that we used to have this topic-wise video, classes
Theme
oriented.
based. So you mean to say
Correct.
theme based RC sessions. Yeah. Like we
Yes.
can talk about that, yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember like socialism, communism, and a lot of various, topics were covered there. And personally, honestly, I was not very aware of these things. I was not thorough with it. But those theme-based RCs really helped me boost my confidence that, okay, if something on these lines come, I will be able to get through. So I think that is also another thing that really, really helped me, along with the daily exercises and the, articles that we used to have. And I think that overall, I just had this one thing in mind that I have to be consistent about it, and that's the best I can do. So I think that really helped me get through VRC. And And whenever I used to give mocks also, right? So what I used to do was that I used to start the mock, but I used to, so sir used to have this, we had the VRC mock series, right? So I used to come and give those mocks, and then I used to continue with the DILR and the quants of the particular coaching or the test series that I had gotten. So I think because I tried all the other coachings that had those VRC and it felt too random and I didn't understand. I tried once or twice and then I realized it's only, lowering my confidence and I'm not able to, like, even looking at the answers, I was not able to comprehend why so it made sense to stick with, the best that is there.
So you basically, what you used to do is, let's say, pick up a total test series from some
Hmm.
other institute, and then the VRC section you did my sectional mocks, and then as soon as they got over, you switched on to the DLR and on to the other institute.
Correct.
Yeah, so in fact, I like recommend that to a lot of students. Because VRC, if you don't get a proper VRC sectional mock or section questions, logical questions, then your confidence also goes down. A lot of
Yes.
people, used to literally feel devastated at the end of the day. So, at least that shouldn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's the first section also, no? So your whole confidence depends on that. So yes, that really helped me. I think that helped me get through.
Yeah. So, and another thing is that, of course, I was monitoring your scores and performances. And then, we had that tracker. And so we could really see where your accuracy was, which area it was better. So we could create a strategy that these many RCs and these many VS. So fine. So I think CAT went well and you got the desired percentile that you wanted.
Yeah.
And then came the next round. Okay. Because the battle was still not won. And
Yes.
so, so then how did you go about preparing for the next round, GD-PI WAT rounds?
Okay, so GDPI, I think my first interview was for IIM Lucknow and it was 3rd Feb, and I was honestly not prepared. I think 10 days ago only we got the letters and everything. But I think how we started was, so firstly the basics come into picture, right? That everything about me, where I'm from, what I've done so far, my degree related questions, my job related. I think that was one thing that you helped us make very clear, that these are one things that we need to be very, very thorough with. And then the part where I was honestly I felt was my weakness was the current affairs part. But I think all the sessions that we had for current affairs, it was so thorough and so good that I was very confident by the end of it that please ask me current affairs. I'm very good at it. So I think that is yeah, one thing, because we had I think weekly, once or twice we definitely had those sessions, and along with it. He used to send us those, miniature form of the PDFs and the news that today this has happened. These are the numbers that we need to have in mind. So I think those things really came in handy. And I think the mocks we used to have, right? I remember before all of my main interviews, I used to have the mocks with you and you used to help me. It was more like a discussion we used to have, right? It was not like a mock. It was like, yeah, these are the things that can be asked to you. This is the recent happenings. Have you read about this? And those sessions really helped me. Again, my confidence was up before this, before the actual interviews that we used to have. And then the current affairs part was thorough with. And yes, I think that overall, that whole, even today I feel that I'm a more confident and a better person because of those sessions, 2 3 months that we had and how we came across.
Yeah, so that gives basically impetus, right? So because generally, we are not really, I mean, in a day-to-day work, like you're quite busy, so you would be following the news and the other happenings, right? But when
Yes.
actually when you get to the interview stage, then you have to. There's no
Yes.
choice. And once you start doing it and you start following things, then the
Hmm.
interest and curiosity automatically continues. And
Correct.
obviously, in your MBA now, you'll have to be in tune with whatever is happening. So you already kind of got that momentum going with you. So I'm
Hmm.
sure you'll be able to carry it forward. Yeah. So I mean, any messages you would like to give to the current set of aspirants? Anything from your side you think it could help them?
Yes. So definitely, I think my motto was that consistency is the key. So maybe for some people, we hear that it takes longer. Some people are able to prepare in a month or two. I mean, I was not one of them. So for 5 6 months, I was very consistent. And then obviously, the most important thing is that you get the right set of mentors for yourself, how you are. So for myself, I knew that, VRC is not my strong suit. So I made sure that I stuck with whatever you told me. Like I was just not putting my brain into it. And I think finding your mentors and being consistent, figuring out where your strengths and weaknesses lies is how I think any aspirant should go about it. It is once they are at it, I think they'll be able to get where they want to reach.
I think that's a very wise advice, because you need to figure out for yourself, right, to the right mentor, and then follow. Then don't put your mind here or there, because these days, because of the social media influencer, it's actually gone over the board, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
there's so much information floating around. I mean, I would say 95% or more than that is junk. People try to create some stereotypes, some myths. So
Yes, sir.
people should just forget everything else and just put their foot down, just get back to work hard. There's no alternative to the grind, right?
Yes, sir. Agreed, sir.
Right. So, Shambhavi, it's pleasure having you here. I wish you all the best. I'm sure you will add a lot of value to the IIM Bangalore campus, and you will have great friends there. So, a lot of people from our batch are going. So, I'm sure you will have a good bunch of people there. So, I'll, I'll follow your journey there closely. Remain in touch. I mean, I'm always available for any help or any guidance you would need. So, all the best and have a great time at
Thank
IIM Bangalore.